welcome you. Now we're going to begin the third part or the third episode of how to support our students in school educationally and psychologically. Now we are going to begin the part how to help teachers support our students. Not to begin. We are going to continue in this part because already we say that we are going to make survey. We are going to make psychological reports for the teacher now know the case and know the observation, know the result of the assessment of each students. And as I said, this is the key to deal correctly with each one of our students because each diagnosis has his own way of education. But inside the class, how teachers can address this differentiation inside the class. This is what we're going to talk about during this report. Well, first, as we said, psychological report. Each teacher is supposed to know all the details about any student who have a psychological report, so she knows what the case, how to deal with it according to what's written inside the observations. So he or she knows. I'm going to say always he because it will cover both sides to make it easier. So I had not to repeat he or she. So the teacher or he is going to know now. I know all the cases inside my class. I know I have ADD, I have dyslexia, I have high IQ superior, he's always special needs. He's also special needs. I know I have a slow learner, so I have all the diversity I have inside the class. Okay, so how I'm going to address all those different kinds of students or different kinds of roses or trees who are before me. First of all, the environment, the auditory environment must be very organized. The visual environment must be very organized. The physical environment must be very organized, which means auditory environment. The class must be white when the teacher begins to explain the new lesson. Before I begin the explaining the lesson or the academic part inside my session, you can, when at the beginning, you can talk, you can make jokes, you can play with them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It's according to sessions, to your own session. But you can see what is the case. And when I enter the class, the students are so lazy, they need to sleep. خلاص, they are exhausted. So I can begin by play music, practicing some simple sport, jump, play, anything for 5-10 minutes just to refresh them. They have a problem, try to help them to solve it out. If you don't have a time, so just tell them we are going to work about this problem, but later, because now you have to work in our lesson. Anyway, prepare your kid, prepare your student to listen to you. This is very important. Yeah, that's why always we say we must be very good observers. خلاص, now they are ready, they are prepared to listen to you. So I'm going to begin the lesson. So auditory environment must be very organized. We have rules when we can have discussions. No interruption always, because a lot of interruptions will make the ones who have a problem in their attentions, they are going to lose the lesson. And you are going, as a teacher, you are going to lose them, because anyone who has a problem in his attention, he cannot concentrate for a relatively long time. This is number one. Number two, he can be distracted very easily. And we want to keep them, because you are addressing different kinds inside the class. So Number two, the visual environment also must be very organized, not a lot of decoration kind inside the class. This is a huge distraction for our students. Huge, and the board also kindly as possible as can. What I'm saying, this is in general, and I know of course sometimes it's not easy to apply, but as possible as can. What's written upon the board, it's the thing which you are really working upon now. And as possible as can, don't make a lot of things written upon the board. So by this way, the students will be distracted. Especially a lot of them, they are losing their attention and coming back. So it will be difficult. If you have to, as a teacher, if you have to remain something written which you are not working, and you move to another point, so you can, for example, you can make a special strategy. You agree with your students. For example, you can say the new things are going to be written in blue and the old thing in black, etc. Whatever, but you can make your own strategy with your students. There is a very good also strategy if the student, and this is you are going to have in the class, cannot copy quickly like rest for any problem in his sensory integration, in the cooperation between visual and motor abilities. So in such a case, you can just use your mobile to photo the board, and then you can email it or send it in WhatsApp to his parents, and he can copy it at home. What I want to say, there are different ways, different strategies to solve the problems you have. But the point that we know that we are going to have problems, different kinds of problems with our students according to their different abilities, and we must deal with it. It's our problem, and it's not only the students' problem, it's our problem. It's our own problem as teachers. It's not student problem, yani. Yeah, this is important. Yes, it's load over the teacher, but it's simply teaching. It's the most difficult job all over the world. Really, it's the most difficult. And all our respectness to all our teachers, because they are really the real builder of all the civilizations all over the world. They are the one who are making doctors, engineers. They are number one. So yeah, I'm sorry, but teachers really do a lot of work, and everything we find. So we ask the teacher to make it. So supporting teachers, yes, teachers, they are the one who are making it at school. Okay. Also physically, it means inside the class, the desks are organized in a certain way. The best way that you find as a teacher to control your class according to the differentiation you have inside the class, you can arrange the class, light, temperature, everything you are going to control very well. If you make this, if the different kinds of environments are very well organized, in such a case, you can work much easier. You can keep the joint attention between you and your students much easier. You can work much faster. Here I want to explain what is the joint attention. There is a difference between attention and joint attention. Attention is something I do with anything. It's person and a thing. I pay attention to a music. I pay my attention to a video or whatever. Person and a thing. Joint attention, it's at least 3 parts. two persons and a thing, or two persons, or could be one person and a group of people and a thing. So it's three sides. This is the joint attention. Here in our situation inside the class, joint attention meaning that teacher, students, and lessons are all together. Teacher can keep this joint attention with his students to listen, to understand the lesson. Three parts or three sides. If the environment is very well organized, then you can keep the joint attention much better. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect for everybody, because some also they are going to lose their attention. Because if you remember in the last part or deposit, we said that parents must kindly work with your kid to improve his developmental abilities, attention, perception, and memory. If parent didn't work in this side, then our work as teacher inside the school is going to be really very difficult, and it's not going to the student is not going to gain the aims which we supposed to give them, or we supposed to help them to gain. It is the base. Remember, you are working in the base, and we are working in the first floor, which are the academic achievements. Second floor, which are the social achievements, it is the result of both the base and the first floor. Okay. Also, when we work with our students, we must use different kinds or different ways of education, auditory ways, visual ways. We can make it as play, or we can you can use different kinds. You can use sheets if his visual abilities are much better than auditory ones. You can record your explanation. You can make PowerPoint for our lessons and record it and send them to parents. So the ones who are having problem in visual and their auditory is much better, they are going to gain from this, and vice versa. Different things. Of course, this is a huge subject about the ways, but anyway, here we are talking briefly. So just kindly, you have to differentiate your ways, your educational ways you are using with your kids. Also, there is some suggestions I would like to tell you about here for teachers, for the ones you feel that they need one-to-one. In general, anyone has a diagnosed ADHD or ADD or dyslexia or autism, they need one-to-one sessions. And in such case, parents, of course, they are going to help them in one-to-one session. Parents at home, they are going to be their teachers. Also at school, if teachers are or could offer them extra help through art sessions, sport sessions, music sessions, or substitution sessions to explain what teacher think that it was relatively difficult for them, and explain to our student in one-to-one session, it will be a great help, of course, from our teachers. And also, I'm saying our great respect to our teachers for their great help. Also, there's a very nice suggestions. In substitution sessions, we can use sheets. If I'm a teacher entered a substitution session, and the students are not prepared to make anything, so just I can give them some sheets to develop the very different abilities. Your sheets, you can even print it from the net. Sheets to improve the auditory abilities. Sheets to improve the visual abilities. Sheets to develop concentration, attention, visual discrimination, etc. So you, whatever you want to find, it's easy. We have it in school, and if anyone wants anything, we are special as specialists. We have those sheets. If you want to print it directly from net, it's available. Also at home, it's very, very recommended for parents also to do such a thing. Taking kids, there's a very important notice before I finish this part. Kindly taking the kids from music sessions and sports sessions and art sessions. Yes, you can do this to help them academically, but also at the same time, I do not prefer to have them a lot from those sessions because they love those sessions. They like those sessions, and those sessions are very important for their social improvement, to improve their social interaction with their colleagues, to feel happiness. It's very important, very important. So yeah, you can help them through those sessions, but also cuddle not that much because they enjoy this, and those sessions are very important for their social development. Thank you so much until we meet again in the next quarter. Thank you and goodbye.